Welcome YouTube, this is Acid Roots Wired. So this is part 1 of the Guitar Hero 2 playthrough. So yep, like I was saying in Guitar Hero 1, we're going to do a playthrough of this particular game as well. We're going to see what's up with it. Now I'm not as full-blown familiar with this game considering that I bought it a couple times and the disc didn't work, and including like the disc fixing service didn't work either. So this is kind of the concept. So some of this is somewhat new to me. I think I've at least heard a few songs from this game and previous like smoke sessions, pitches like that, but I just would have to say in terms of like full-blown familiarity with this game, it's not going to be as much as it was like, me remembering obviously some of the early songs or just relative songs from Guitar Hero 1. I had played through that game throughout like previous years, but this game's going to be a little bit less this kind of remembrance, but I do at least remember the first song in this game. It's pretty dope concept. Kind of get that here. We'll talk about that in a few more moments when we get to it, but just being able to say it's going to be interesting. So I read on the back of the box it said there's over 55 songs in this particular game. If I only do 2 songs per episode, that would mean that it would be pretty much approximately about 27 episodes for it. That would just kind of be the thing, because 27 times 2 would be 54. So yeah, it'd be, but I assume that there's more than 55 but less than 60. So the thing about it was the reason that made Guitar Hero 1 so lengthy was just the concept of like that I played through easy mode first. That's just kind of the concept about that particular one. It's just being able to say, but the actual story mode wasn't that lengthy. So I'm just questioning if there are a lot, if either the story mode is longer in this game or if there's just a lot of bonus songs. But I just would have to say, either way, it's a good concept, so we'll just have to see. I mean, I estimate, if I do at least a couple episodes, because really, I've been packing out a handful of episodes per month on Acid Roots Wired, just not have to go full-blown crazy with the uploads, but I look after just being able to say that, and there is going to be a return of the Stony band. It's too bad that they couldn't, and it's not like I'm complaining, but just the concept of saying that it would have been interesting if you would have had like a previous band or something and it would have read like your memory card information. It could have had something special for you if it saw that you beat the game or something. But yeah, it would have been a concept. I look after it like, just being able to say like, so I mean, just don't expect this game to be beat by the end of 2024 or something. It's not within the relative cards of that, but yeah, I don't remember the characters that were in the first game, I want to say, and I'm not sure how you unlock the other 3. I mean, it might just have to be through getting like 4 or 5 stars, just whatever you'd have to do, but I mean, you can, like, if you actually want to read the biographies, I mean, I'm at least not going through them too quickly to where you can't get towards them, but this is kind of the concept. You just would have to pause. I guess that would breathe some extra life from this playthrough, to just pause them to see, like, the biographies of some of these. Probably should have done it with the guitars too, now that I look after it, but yeah. So we're just gonna go ahead and head towards it and just kind of get towards like the pitches behind some of this here. So we're just gonna, but yeah, I guess you start off in a high school in this particular game. Interesting concept, but yeah, bands don't go to high schools. What are you talking about? This isn't School of Rock. Decent movie with Jack Black there, but just being able to say it's just kind of the concept. But I guess it would have some similarities to that relative pitch about it. But yeah, so Shout at the Devil. Now this is a pretty good song. Hollywood Undead did a cover song of this particular song. I actually did a review of that particular album that Hollywood Undead has this song on there. It's kind of a secret, or I don't know if that's a word. It's kind of a more secret project by Hollywood Undead. I forget what it's called, but I forget. It came out in late 2009, and that's like the most recent project that has Deuce on there, in addition to like the original Hollywood Undead cast. I think, it's called Desperate Measures. That's a concept. That's a good one. It's a pretty good song. That's how I found out about this song. Then I realized that, I do want to say I probably heard this song somewhere on the radio. It's just a pretty good pitch behind it. But yeah, so I do like the concept behind it, but so it's going to be interesting to see the songs that are in this particular game. Now it's this song gave me a little bit of trouble here. I want to say I actually had a previous gameplay playthrough of this, and I thought about uploading that, but the problem with it is I don't know, I actually got a higher score on that one. On the previous playthrough, I got like a 97%. I want to say in this particular one, I got like a 93%. So it was just kind of the concept, but yeah. So it's kind of a good pitch about it, but it's just yeah. So there's some goodies showing up on this particular channel. I'm looking forward to some of them. I've got the reviews going. I just recently posted like a brand new Hobson review. Some stuff like that. Would have to say it's an interesting concept that some cat found that particular Hobson mixtape, which is pretty awesome just to kind of be able to get. If you enjoy Hobson, I would definitely say it's a MySpace mixtape from back in like late 2008, pictures like that. So that's some good concepts, just being able to see some of that. I mean, that's the sort of stuff. I mean, there were folks back in those days that just would post songs to MySpace, and then these songs are just not available anymore. And I just don't know if there are collectors out there, but there are tons of these artists that just had songs. Like the Millionaires was like that, and at least the Millionaires, you can find some of their songs. But the thing about it is, they didn't drop their first mixtape until 2012. So I look after the thing with the Millionaires, and luckily that there were at least people that remember those songs. So they would post like snippets, and they had like a song. They talked about like drinking NyQuil with Red Bull and some pictures like that. It was just a dope concept, kind of get some of those types of moments, and I'm losing my train of thought here, but just, Hollywood Undead had some of these types of songs. I want to say probably even Deuce did. I would estimate that some of his EPs are probably available on there. There's plenty of good pitches to kind of get some of those particular type songs, but it's just, they're not simple to find. And it's kind of the concept. There's even folks like JB that were on there, and there's just plenty of folks that, it's yeah, I just would have to say that it's real. I mean, I don't know what's up with MySpace. I really think that damn website needs to fix itself and just put forth the budget so people can listen to all that music that was on there and just be able to get back towards that. It's just kind of the concept that, it's this kind of a website that just is kind of in slag mode, and it's been that way for like, 15 years, 18 years, something like that or whatever. And this is kind of the concept of just being able to say, you would think about it, that there would be some atmosphere to kind of get that back in the fray as far as this, because there's music on there, and this is kind of the concept. I would say some of those types of folks, that this would be a better portion to be able to get towards some of that music. But yeah, there's just songs that are lost, and everyone, I think, damn near wants a lot of those songs back. That's reflecting on those times, because you look after it, I mean, even, yeah, so it's kind of thing. But we're going to get to the second song here. So I don't know this song as much, Dan said, but I'd say it's going to be interesting to see some of the songs. But something I did notice that I think you probably saw as some of these songs were played is you don't actually have 5 songs per set list as far as those pitches kind of happen. It's only 4, so you really only have to beat 3 songs to move on to the next batch. So I just question, I would assume in terms of the number of batches that there's going to be, I would assume that there's at least going to be 6, because 6 times there would be at least 24 songs. But something tells me if you play through easy mode, you wouldn't get to the 7th batch, which would be songs, 25 through 28. So I think there's probably going to be 28 songs in the story, this would have to say, but there might be 32, there might be an 8th batch, not really as full-blown sure. I don't know if you play through hard mode or something. I mean, I'm not going to play through hard mode if that's the only way you can unlock those songs, but I just would have to say it's a concept that, I mean, I would probably get pissed off trying to play through this game with the orange button settings, considering that, I know that later songs, like, there were some songs, the original Guitar Hero, it's kind of the reason why I took off kind of several months. I mean, I bet if I would have came back to Guitar Hero 1 like in 2023 instead of 2024, I probably would have been able to complete those missions, but I just kind of felt like, I don't know, I used to get pissed off at games and just think, this was probably something that was gonna piss me off a lot more, so I just didn't attempt it. But I'll try not to do that with this particular game. I mean, if there are songs, I might just rage about it, but this is kind of the concept. This kind of depends on whether or not it's gonna be amongst that. But I mean, you'll get some healthy episodes of this particular playthrough, so some good concepts there. But yeah, so this is another hell of a night playthrough. I definitely would have to say it. Me talking about that in the original Guitar Hero playthrough, just saying that this is I pretty much foresee considering that Guitar Hero 1 was like 34 episodes, I would have to say Guitar Hero 2 is probably going to be more than 25, like I was saying, 26, 27, more than that probably. With all the bonus songs, just being able to say, so I just would look after it. If there's at least 30 or 28 songs in the original playthrough, that would probably mean if I do 2 songs per episode, that there would be like at least 14 episodes, considering how quickly I burned through these. But that's kind of the concept. But it's going to be the bonus songs that make up the meat of the playthrough, I'd have to say. So that's kind of the thing there. But yeah, I do definitely see this as being like a hell of a night. So this would be a good concept just to watch through the night. Obviously, order pizza now, get some of that, just have some good times, get some smokage, some of that type fare. I'd go download a few mixtapes. It's kind of the concept. Just have Acid Roots in one tab, Acid Roots music in one tab with like the mixtape downloads. Find some mixtapes in there. Surf through some mixtape websites, get some of that type of stuff. Pick up like Hobson LAUSD Result and like, you know, Waka Flocka mixtapes, some Gucci Mane stuff, some JB stuff, some of those types of pitches. Just have some good concepts there. A Millionaires mixtape, used to be some good stuff there. Yeah, definitely just crest through the night, just get called some buddies. It's going to be a pretty good pitch here. And this is a good game. I mean, it's going to get crazy. I think, you know, I do think that the previous song, Shout at the Devil, is a little bit crazy. There's probably going to be some stretches in here, but hopefully it kind of has a good balance so it just doesn't get too Lighters in the Sky-esque early on. I feel like, I mean, I realize that this game is rated T, but, you know, you get the idea that I think it will get ferocious in the same aspects. That's kind of the thing. But yeah, so I mean, you'd think 96% would be 5 stars. I don't know where that came from. Or 5 stars is only 98% or above. That's pretty damn good. But alright, so yeah, we'll get towards that. So that's the concept there. Subscribe for more fun. Thanks for watching. Have a wonderful night. And we'll get to more of these as far as those pitches going to happen. Good stuff on the way.